Hi everybody, my name is Shannon. Welcome to my channel, Another Yarn. Thank you so much for joining me today. I greatly appreciate it. Are we ready to see the 6th store that hubby and I went to on our little road trip in Nebraska? This one was called Woolly Mammoth, and I don't know how I convinced him to go here. This was his 5th store for the day, and he just wanted to get to the hotel and relax and everything because we had things planned for the evening. So he was wonderful. He was absolutely spectacular. He's like, all right, we're gonna go in, we're gonna go out and everything. I got a lot of pictures. I made use of this time quickly. I got a lot of pictures. Woolly Mammoth. There were so many stuffed woolly mammoths in this store all over the place. They had beautiful signs. They had gorgeous yarn. The yarn owner, and I don't have her card right here, she is a hand dyer, and she's not on the web as far as that goes, because for her, she just didn't want to do all of that, because then there's that expectation of getting the yarn the same both times. You know how that goes. But I was lucky to get a couple of skeins of yarn from her. Hubby picked this one out. At this point, he's like, this is what you're getting. This is your colors, this is what you're getting. And I mean, he did a good job. I kind of, we've got the picture of the American flag shawl done in her yarn, and it was stunning. And I was back and forth debating. She did have that kit. I was debating on whether I wanted to get that too, but I ended up getting what hubby picked out for me, and I will show that to you. Let me get this out. I got 2 skeins, and then the fun part that really sealed the deal, besides the fact of, look at that, right? Isn't that beautiful? And look at those. Okay, so we got the card, and I got this stitch marker that goes with it. So you got the Woolly Mammoth. You can get that to focus? Probably not. The Woolly Mammoth, the yarn that brought the mammoth back to life. And it is just the cutest thing. And you know, the little stitch marker with it. This is Fall in the Air. Base is Woolsmith. Weight sock yarn. Go figure. The fiber is 85% merino, 15% nylon. There's 437 yards in each one of these beautiful hanks of yarn. But isn't that just the cutest thing? Not only do you have that, but you've got the little Woolly Mammoth stitch marker to go with it. Just adorable. Absolutely stunning. But I think I got the most pictures in this store, which I'll just continue to put those in as I'm talking. Why not, right? There were, like I said, so many of the Woolly Mammoth stuffed animals. You had Fair Isle things, you had knitted items on the bears, and bears and woolly mammoths. You had all sorts of things. I liked the signage in the store. I liked the bags with the verbiage and the signs that you could get in the store. There were a lot in there. I would have loved to have stayed there more than I think about the 10 minutes that we were there. It was stunning, just absolutely gorgeous, beautiful. I mean, all the places were beautiful, and they all carry different things, and they all cater to different stuff. This one, if you like this yarn, this right here, she hand dyed it the day before. She had just put it out on the shelves, but you'd have to really go visit, unless you were somebody that's already been in Nebraska and were one of the regular customers from Woolly Mammoth and knows what she carries and has, and calls her up and says, hey, can you dye me a skein of this? Because she had some blues and yellows on the counter that were stunning, that one of her previous regular customers that moved called and asked for, and she did do the special order as far as that goes. But in general, she doesn't have the things online. She doesn't post all of that, her hand-dyed stuff. It's a matter of, if you see it and you like it, then buy it, right? You know, so it's one of those, if you are in Omaha, Nebraska, and you're looking for a yarn store, because let's face it, when we travel, whether that's 10 miles from our home, or in this case, hundreds of miles from our home, we're looking for yarn stores. I am. To my husband's chagrin, I found multiple. And you know what? We didn't hit all of them. There were a lot more in Lincoln, Nebraska, and there were a lot more in Omaha. But like I said, on this day, this was our 5th store in one day, and he was done. He was ready to get to our hotel and relax and get a shower and, you know, do all that stuff and everything, and then prep for what we were going for Nebraska for and everything. So like, I cannot be upset with him, mad at him, or anything. He was such a good sport. He really, really was. And I think in this store, he did a great job picking this out for me. I mean, we can't go wrong with the autumn colors, right? That is lovely. And it was a great store to go to. If we would have had more time, I would have loved to have gone to this one again. There were so many neat things to see. There were so many different colors and textures and everything. And I really liked her dye process on top of it. I thought that was really fantastic. And I'm pretty sure I would have found other things. I'm not upset at all. I was able to pick out things at every single yarn store that we went to, right? We went to the 6 places in 2 days, and I did get some treasures from every one of them. Some stores I bought more than others, right? I mean, that's just how that goes. But I have a lot that I'll be able to work with and to play with and to figure out what is next. What would you do with this? Of course it's fingering weight yarn. We know. And hubby is like, no, you're getting these. You're getting 2 of them. It's gorgeous. It's fall. It's pretty. It's your colors, and we're leaving. So that was, but that's okay. He ended up talking at the counter for a few more minutes and everything. Anyway, it is the cutest thing. He acts gruff, by the way. He'll act all, we're not doing this. I'm done. But I mean, he's a big softie. He really is. And he likes to see me happy. And he knows that you hand me a skein of yarn. I'm like a cat. You know, give me a ball of yarn. I'm going to play with the ball of yarn. I'm happy. I'm like a cat, right? I'm like, okay, we're good. Of course, my sign is Leo the lion, whatever. But, you know, I mean, it's like, oh yeah, I'm playing with yarn. I'm just happy and I'm just tickled and I'm just looking at all the things. I mean, you know, who would think that a bent hook and some string or a couple of sticks, knitting needles, and some string would make a person so happy, so thrilled, and just enjoying life so very much? I mean, what else can you say? It's just, that's all there is to it. That is it. If you find yourself traveling through Nebraska, like I said, that's just 6 of the stores that were along our particular path. Our endpoint was in just past Nebraska, but that's okay. So those were the places that I was able to convince him that we could go to. And it was so much fun to see all the sights and all the colors. And, you know, if you're going to go on a road trip, you have to do some stops anyway, right? I mean, you know, we have to go to the bathroom. We have to get gas. We have to do these things. We might as well make it on the exit that has the yarn store. I mean, you gotta plan these things out, especially if you're not the driver. I am not the driver. I can drive, but my husband says I drive like an old lady and we'll never get there. He's not wrong, right? I always volunteer to drive, but I think at this point, if he actually accepted and took me up on the offer, I'd be like, what? Really? No. Okay, I'll drive, because then I wouldn't be able to do my car project, right? Because you don't do that while you're driving. That would be bad. But yeah, so he gets me on that, and he doesn't let me drive. I mean, I can drive. I drive myself to work every day. I do all by myself. But somehow when we're in the car together, he forgets that I know how to drive. It's the weirdest thing. It's just crazy. But that was it. I just wanted to get this one out here. The smartest thing would have been to film all of these as soon as I went to the yarn store, because then I would have been able to remember a little more details and put more stuff in it. But I didn't do that because, yeah, that's just, well, you know, instead I just played with all the yarn, and it's been sitting here in the bags and looking at me going, hey, do your video so you can wind me up. Do your video. And I'm also trying to figure out what next. Because, well, I have all these beautiful things, and I also have projects. If you've been watching for a while, if this is not your first video, then you know I have a lot of whips in progress. And it seems I could actually calculate it out, but I don't think I really want to know the answer. But it seems I'll finish one thing and start 2 to 3, finish 2 or 3, maybe start 1. I don't know if it's balanced. Because I don't think I'm continually starting 2 and 3 for each one I finish. But I mean, there's definitely times. But I don't think it's quite balanced. I don't know if I want to know. You know, I kind of want to know, but maybe not enough to go looking. And since I've been filming and I do weekly things, right? And I do the, hey, here's all the finished stuff I made in a month, it wouldn't be that hard to go back. Huh. Yeah, I don't want to do that. I don't want to really know. I like the plausible deniability of, oh, I finished lots of stuff. I like that one better. Yeah, that one makes me happier. With that, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. You guys have a great day, night, evening, whatever it happens to be. And I will talk to you again later. Bye-bye.